Ladies and gentlemen, you know that since hundreds of years, the city of Vienna has been the center of classical music as we know it. And this year, we are celebrating the birth of Ludwig van Beethoven. 250 years of his beautiful music has been performed all over the world, of course, also in Vienna. And it's my great pleasure to tell you what a great pleasure it has been to be the president of the House of Music in Vienna, which has been so admirably led by Dr. Simon Posch and Dr. Andreas Römer. And isn't it wonderful that through their guidance, the wonderful city of Puebla in Mexico has now also a house of music. You know, my friends, hundreds of thousands of visitors have advantaged from their visit to the House of Music in Vienna, both as an entertainment and education. And the same thing is happening in Mexico. It's my great pleasure to congratulate all of you on this wonderful gesture, and may music that brings harmony and strength to all the world continue. God bless you all. Thank you.
Desde Viena.
Cordiales saludos a Puebla.
Los mejores deseos.
Para el futuro.
De todos nosotros.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Buenas tardes. A musical salutation from Vienna to all of you here in Puebla and everyone else following on live stream. From these four wonderful artists, and we recorded this only a few days ago at the Haus der Musik in Vienna. So, Ludwig van Beethoven, 250th birthday. We know that by now. Zubin Mehta just mentioned it again. In fact, in 2 weeks on December 16. Born in Bonn, Germany, Beethoven came to Vienna when he was 22 years old. He lived the rest of his life in Vienna, and this is where he composed the majority of his work, and where he died at the age of 57, and where he also lies buried. So was he now German or Austrian? I get asked sometimes. Well, I say, maybe Beethoven was Mexican, no? Or French, Chinese, South African. To me, he was all and is all of the above. And his nationality, in fact, is totally irrelevant. He was a true cosmopolitan, and his heavenly music simply belongs to all of us equally. But why is music so important to us? And I mean every kind of music, not just classical. How can a certain song or piece of music trigger emotions in us, make us laugh, make us cry? We all connect really important events throughout our entire lives with certain music, even with a specific song. Just think about it. Remember the first time you fell in love or met your partner, the time you graduated, the time your child was born, or the time you lost a loved one. How often has music helped us to rethink our lives, to reboot? Music accompanies us throughout our whole life, comforts us, motivates us. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche even said, without music, life would be a mistake. And it means nothing less than that music is an integral part of us human beings. It's engraved in our genes. Well, we have been making music as sapiens for the last 40,000 years, so it better be part of us. Being the director of the Haus der Musik, the world's leading interactive music experience museum, one of the reasons I am standing here in front of you at this stage today is this man, Mr. La Ciudad de las Ideas himself, Dr. Andres Römer. He visited Vienna some 15 years ago with his family and came across my museum. Through his own family history and strong connections with music, he found our institution to be just exactly what he wanted to bring to Mexico. And this is how our great collaboration, together with Ricardo Salinas Pliego and the government, started. And in January 2015, so almost 6 years ago now, we proudly opened the Casa de la Música Vienna here in the beautiful city of Puebla. And the location is also not a coincidence. The museum is placed at the Complejo Museístico of La Constancia, with 3 other museums and also the home of the children and youth orchestras. And what a perfect place to be at, where children are given the opportunity to learn an instrument, engage with music, and through that find more meaning in life and see a better chance for their own future. It's always absolutely thrilling to experience how passionate these children are and how incredibly fast they learn their instruments. I'm always very touched when I see them play with a huge smile on their faces. And they soak up the music of the famous composers like Revueltas, Mozart, Chavez, Beethoven, Ponce, Haydn, Johann Strauss, Juventino Rosas, and so on. And to them, it is all wonderful music. For me, this is a perfect example for communication and social interaction with and through the power of music. And these are exactly the goals that we follow at the Casa de la Música Viena, in Vienna as well as here in Puebla. In fact, this is what it's all about, bringing music to the people and the people to music. And personally, I'm extremely thankful that I can be part of this enriching and inspiring lifelong task. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure also for me to be here at La Ciudad de las Ideas in the fantastic city of Puebla, despite these truly extraordinary circumstances this year. And I want to thank all my partners here, Andres, the ones at the museums, as well as the government, federal and local, for their friendship and their continuous support. And by the way, this is my visit number 16 already in the last 6 years. And every time it feels a little bit like coming home. And I have to admit, I always look very much forward to enjoying the wonderful food here in Puebla. I guess by now I might call myself a part-time poblano, and I just have to improve my Spanish now. But in fact, thank you. But remember, and I think this is important for all of us, that the only language that we all equally understand is and remains music. And as Plato put it in words, and think about that, 2,300 years ago, you might have heard this before, he said, music is a moral law. It gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, a charm to sadness, gaiety and life to everything. It is the essence of order and leads to all that is good and just and beautiful. For the sake of humanity, ladies and gentlemen, let us all continue to believe in the universal power of music. Muchísimas gracias.